Hello everybody. Today I want to talk to you about why it is stupid to upgrade from your handheld. It doesn't make money sense at all. For example, if you're watching and getting hyped that this new handheld gonna have AI, this new thing gonna have this, so are you still gonna be using your Steam Deck when it is so good, the new thing? Let me tell you, do not get swept up your feet for this bullshit. First, if you have a Steam Deck already, that is a perfect device. Unless you want for something very specific. If you want to have Windows, you can do it on the Steam Deck as well. But if you don't want to deal with that, fine. You can have another device for Windows. But if it's not that and you're purely doing it because you want to play the games better, let me explain better avenues in doing that. So first, you have the option to stream from your desktop PC or laptop or any other device that you have. And you can use the stream option that Steam provides. We go here and we go on the remote play. You can have all the things here as you can customize it yourself. This is my thing that I have customized, but these unfortunately have very selective, like these all resolutions are for 16 by 9. They are not really evolutions of the 800p, which is kind of weird since they made Steam Deck. But let's just ignore that for now. This is a fine choice if you want to play a specific game, but you also see this little button, this little cool thing. It is called Moon Deck. And it's something that used to be sunlight and moonlight back in the day that you would use from your PC. It was the GeForce thing, and you have many options. If you have Wake on LAN on your PC, you can do that. You can restart your PC, you can shut it down, you can suspend it. You have a lot of options, and this is the best option if you want to stream from your PC. It puts your device on game mode, and then it connects. Now, here is what I wanted to explain here mostly is that you are going to get a way better experience if you are using the devices that you already have, right? Like you absolutely have nothing to pay for. And if you look at the habits that you have on how you're playing, are you playing on your bed? Mostly this? Do you have good Wi-Fi signal on your bed? If you have already a desktop, which if you have a Steam Deck, most likely you have a desktop, I would say just use this. And if you think that your device is a little bit aged, it doesn't really matter because even if your device is a little bit aged, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. On overall of how things are working here, it doesn't really make that much of a difference at all. Because for you, what really matters is that you're gonna play it on a way smaller resolution when you're streaming it, so it will perform way better. So even if you have something like a 3060, which is what the average person has on their PC, you can definitely be able to stream it on a very okay condition. Now for me, unfortunately, I'm on an 8 GB GPU, so this is not really good for me, but I digress. This is what I can do, and I can just play completely fine with a mixture of medium settings with this. And I don't have to try to use frame generation or anything like that. I'm here on my house and I can play. If I go outside, I can still be able to stream it. Maybe not as good because it depends on what kind of bandwidth available you're gonna have wherever you go. And streaming, it doesn't really eat too much. You can specifically put it, especially with Moon Deck, you can put it as much as you want. Do you want it to just eat like 2 megabytes per second? You can do that. Personally, I use, because I have increased the amount of pixels here that I have for the count, I use 4 megabps, 40 megabps, which is 4 megabytes per second. And if I wanted to use less, I could use even 20. It is just as much as you want You can customize it. Moondeck and Moondeck body, it is really good. So now we are expanding to something else. If you don't already have a PC and you want to use something else and you want to play those games that you can't, I would heartfully advise NVIDIA GeForce Now. I have tried it before. When it was still on the browser, it was not good. It was not that good. But now when they made it a native app, it performs way, way better. I will suggest you, because you can see here on the G4 Ultimate membership, you can manage it and you have a playtime. Now I am on the Ultimate tier and you can have a playtime of 100 hours per month. And if you're playing within this constraint for these specific games that you want to play them upgraded, you can definitely use this. And right now, you can use a very specific amount of games, but they're a really good selection. For me, like, you can play, if you have, like, even if you have a Game Pass, which is something that I do now, because I don't want to buy Call of Duty. I want to play Call of Duty, and I want to play Call of Duty 1 month, right? So I'm using like the $10 for the Game Pass PC, and I have so many games that I didn't have before, and I have the option to play them now, right? And I can stream them from here without having to pay for the extra money for the Xbox Ultimate PC Game Pass, which has unlimited time of playing, but the games are being streamed for an Xbox Series X, and what's the point of doing that? Doing it from here, paying 10 more bucks, but you have way better graphics, way more opportunities. And right now the Ultimate tier is streaming from a 4080, but the next month is getting an upgrade, and then I'm gonna put a 5080. And I think this is very important because you can use this even on your desktop. I tried it on my desktop and it worked really well. And I think this is one of the best things that you can do. Instead of getting FOMO'd to buy something new, you can just use this and you're just playing. If you're on the premium tier, like if you're on the Ultimate tier, it is $20 per month. And let's just say you are right now, instead of buying the $8.99 new handheld, right? You are subscribing even without, let's just say that you're paying each every month separately because you want to see if it even works well, and you want to only pay for the months that you're using it, right? Let's just say that you're paying $20 for 2 years, assuming the price doesn't change. And you're paying for 2 years, you're paying $480. As long as you're fine with 100 hours per month, which 100 hours per month is 3 hours per day for 30 days. Are you playing really 3 hours, like, or above 3 hours per day? If you do, you may have to be more selective about what you're playing here. But if you don't, and you just play like before bed, or like you don't play on the weekdays but you play on the weekends and you go crazy on the weekends, this is still completely fine. Like, as long as you can budget your hours, this can definitely work for you. And it is way better cost than trying to buy a whole device just to play something a little bit better. Here, you can even use it on any device. You can even use it on your TV, directly on your TV, or you can even use it on your desktop. I tried it specifically myself, Monster Hunter Wilds, on my desktop, and I was crazed by how well this runs. Like, it was just really, really good. Granted, I'm really close to the server of this. I'm not on the same city. I'm not even the same. Actually, I'm not really close. I'm on a different state, but I still get 15 milliseconds difference when it comes to the server. So I have really low latency to the server, and it works fantastic. The server is in Sydney, I'm in Melbourne. So you don't really use that much power, like when it comes to speed, because you're still, even on this, I have it on 4 megabyte per second. 4 megabyte per second these days, it is not crazy. Even in Australia, which you may consider not having great speeds, I have 300 megabps, which is 30 megabytes per second. And I can definitely spare 4 megabytes per second on whatever I'm doing to be able to enjoy the streaming. Even on my phone, if you use your phone, you can definitely be able to stream on this quality. And if you want to adjust it, you definitely can. Like, it is fully customizable with the GeForce Now. The only thing that is not that great on the GeForce Now is that you have selective games that you can use. Like if you have a big library, like I wanted to play Last of Us on this, but because it wasn't like this, and Spider-Man as well, PlayStation doesn't allow it to be on the GeForce, to be streamed for GeForce, so we cannot do that. So I have to just stream it from my PC, unfortunately, if I want to do that. But specifically here, at least, like Last of Us Part 2 plays really well on the Steam Deck, but Spider-Man 2 and Last of Us Part 1 don't really play fantastic on the Steam Deck. So I would love to have the option, but unfortunately can only do it from my PC. That is why I'm saying there is heavy caveats when it comes to, like, it's a streaming thing and all of that, but also you really have to think about what you're trying to achieve here. So for me, that is why, like, I'm really going a little bit more concerned about this. So outside of all of that, this plays fantastic. Right now it's playing on 1200p, and oh, I forgot that this was about the second weapon, whatever. And now, like, let me show you the settings. I'm on here. Oh, it has frame generation by default. We're gonna close that, and we're using DLSS. Everything is here, and we can use the ultra settings here. Perfect. So we have everything here, and it's above 60 FPS because the resolution is small and it is not the desktop resolution, so it plays fantastic here. And I just wanted to say that this is a very fine thing that you can do, a very fine thing that you can use. I have played this quite for a few first hands. I forgot how much of stupid bullshit this game has because it has a lot of talking at the start. I forgot about that. But it definitely plays way better than my PS5. I have put already $200 on this game on PS5, and I wanted to play the PC version as well, even knowing that it's really bad version right now, performance-wise. That is why I wanted to test it with GeForce Now to see how it is. And granted, this game doesn't really need the best reflections in order, like, it's not like an FPS game, but I was even able to play Call of Duty and games like this, and it played completely good. Granted, I'm not a great player, but I can tell if something is lagging or not because I used the Xbox Cloud to play Call of Duty, and it was not a pleasant experience. So probably because it is not an application, and it is this now, GeForce Now is a native application for Linux and for PCs. So it works really, really well, guys. Like, if you want to play some specific games, I wish they put Silent Hill 2 as well and Silent Hill F to be put here as well. If they do, I will be really happy because this is just so good. This is just like, it plays so smooth. $20 per month. I think most people will definitely opt into that. Again, let me run the math a little bit just to have a little bit more perspective. We said that it was $8.99, right? If you bought the ROG Ally Xbox whatever X, minus $4.80, which is 2 years of being subscribed to this service even without buying any bundles, which will be even cheaper. If you do that, you still save $400, which you could do so much more with $400. That is why I'm saying, even when you see all of this stuff that people are gonna say that it plays so much better and all of that, is it really worth it, guys, that it's so much better? I don't think so. That is why stay vigilant, see your options on what you have in order to be able to play your games good, and games that are not playable on your device with good quality, but instead of trying to use like crazy gimmicks like frame generation on 30 FPS games to be able to see the graph go up and say, oh, it's 60 now. Just forget about that and focus on what it is important. Focus on the game's quality. Streaming is extremely viable if you have the speed for it. And that is all I want to say, because it is just really, really good. So I hope you guys see this. I hope you guys reconsider from buying extra handhelds if you already have another handheld. I bought the ROG Ally, and it's not that it's a bad device, but I still going back to the Steam Deck because I still love this OLED screen so much. I still love all of these back buttons so much. And I don't think any other handheld can do it as good as a Steam Deck. There is a reason why even GeForce now targets people that are on this, because they know they don't get as good performance as before. But also there is a reason that Valve doesn't do small incremental updates, but they're gonna do eventually what it is the Switch 2, but it's gonna be a Steam Deck 2, and it's gonna have different stuff and improvements, and not just what a laptop manufacturer will just get a new chip in production and be like, okay, slap it in two devices, let's make it and sell it like every year. So that is why I want to focus here on this. It is some things that you can learn that you don't know. Even I didn't know that this is playing so good on the Steam Deck now, because as I said before, I tried it before on when it was still on the browser, and it was not that good. But now that it's a native app, it's performing amazingly. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day, and please reconsider from buying extra handhelds because of hype. I still think Steam Deck is the best handheld PC because you have all of these things at your fingertips, and you don't have, and you're not forced to use specific things. And you still have like really good price for what you're paying here, like what you're paying, what you're getting. Yeah, because even when you're paying for those handhelds that are way more expensive, and when you crank it up on the turbo, you're gonna hear the fan go woo, like you have a laptop. Like if you ever had the laptop, a gaming laptop, you know the issues. This is not new. Heat and heat dissipation is the biggest issue of those things. When you put it on maximum power, they're gonna start wheezing. And when you compare it to what you consider wheezing on the Steam Deck OLED, you're gonna laugh when you compare it to how loud those devices be with the fans when they crack up the power. Anyway, I don't want to go crazy over here with comparing, but I wanted to just show you that you have so much better solutions than trying to pay $900 for just small incremental updates. I'm out. See you next time. Thank you for watching.